going to say this. Stop reading Paul. Stop reading Paul for a season, because the unlearned and the unskilled twist his words to their own damnation. And that's what we see with the majority of believers who have been taught to start in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Read the Gospels. You unlearned and you're unskilled. You know what that means? The word unlearned and unskilled means? It means that you don't know Torah. To be learned in the letter of the law, to know what Yahuwah has said and established, to know what God's word says is holy, clean, and perfect, his perfect will. As Paul says, the perfect, pleasing, and good will of Elohim. You don't even know what that is. And because you don't know what it is, you conclude in your mind, you decide to set the standard of what you think good, holy, and righteous and his perfect will is, because you're unlearned. You need to read Torah. You need to read Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And then I want you to read it again. If you think that's a lot, find you an audio Bible and read Genesis through Deuteronomy 2 times. And I want you to literally actually listen and meditate on those words, because this is what our Messiah quotes from. This is what the Messiah said when he said, "I do not think I've come to do away with the law or the prophets." The law is the word, the lamp unto your feet, the light unto my path. Y'all love quoting Proverbs. Proverbs is talking about Torah. So I need y'all to really get some comprehension and really read your word. Read just because when Satan tempted the Messiah in the wilderness and said, "Why don't you turn these stones into bread if you're the Son of God?" The Messiah quoted Deuteronomy, or was it Numbers? I'll post it here. He said, "Man does not live on bread alone, but out of every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Elohim." You know where he got that from? Torah. And if you go back and read where he quoted that from, the whole chapter talks about the law, the statutes, and commandments are the words that have proceeded out of the mouth of Elohim, and that is what you should live by. That is what Messiah, Yahusha, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, that is what he was quoting. But now we have all of these tares and all of this false doctrine that have convinced a generation for decades and centuries that his law, that his standard is evil, that it's a curse. That is demonic doctrine. Have I never heard it? And I thank the Father that he has cleansed me from that wicked thinking, and now I can see the beauty of his Torah, see the beauty of his words, and that is what the Messiah came to expound upon. Until heaven and earth pass away, heaven and earth is still here, guys. It's still here. So please read your word. You know, we don't have the time to drag our feet and to really try to convince a group of people who already don't want to be obedient, that they need to be obedient, and that the Father's ways are good and perfect, and that Yahusha, our high priest and king, the manifestation of Yahuwah, his perfectness on the earth, repeated every sentiment that the Father spoke in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy.